It is Tuesday, fresh out the shower. As you see, your boy got a clean shave, fresh taper, looking like my handsome self. Now, I want to tell you guys this. When you do the work, maybe you're just blessed with good genetics, you're just a good looking individual. Never let anybody try to quote unquote humble you because you carry a level of confidence about yourself. And men, understand this. Women love a guy that has confidence, even though they try to humble us too. But as long as you are secure in who you are, and you are doing the work, or maybe you just got blessed with good genetics, right? You might have good looking parents, or maybe your parents aren't that good looking and God just said, you know what, we're going to break that cycle right now. You look good. Never let anybody try to humble you. Keep a level of confidence and make sure that you are always trying to self improve. That way, there's nothing anybody can say or do to you that could destroy your confidence. But as I do my reflection walk in the snow and ice, you see that? Texas is just not built for this shit. You see this car that slid off the side of the road right here? Ain't that crazy? My ass might not be going to work tomorrow. And if I do, I might just work from the house, because if you think that I am going to jeopardize wrecking that BMW right there, nah, I'm cool. I got plenty of PTO and I can take it. And on the flip side, I'd rather deal with this ice than the ice that's going on in Minnesota. But yeah, guys, listen. Reflection walk. Even though sometimes you might not be fully prepared, just like Texas isn't really fully prepared in DFW Metroplex for this type of weather, you just got to adjust and you have to adapt and you have to go with the flow. Especially if you're in my position, being the head of your own household, you are the king, you are the homeowner, you are the sole provider. You got to deal with that. For an example, as you know, I got this new AC unit and it's been giving me hell as far as heating my whole house for some sort of reason. And instead of losing my mind, and yes, I've been frustrated. I even bust my ass over here this morning trying to look at my AC, trying to chisel off the ice just so the fan could run because it kept getting stuck and shit. You just got to roll with the punches and deal with it, because you're the one that has to be the cool, calm, collective guy. And it also allows you to think and plan and strategize and keep everybody, sane, give them that peace of mind. And you have to be able to control yourself in the worst periods of time. You cannot be the one that is being erratic, overly emotional, going crazy because things are just not going your way. That's life. We have to just continue to deal with that. And especially when we have to weather the storm, right? Like right now, it is what it is. But once that storm ends, the people that you had to protect and take care of and give them that peace of mind, they're going to have a new level of respect for you guys. They're going to appreciate the fact that you were their rock, you were their superhero because you saved the day and you did everything in your power to make sure that nothing happened to them. That regardless of how crazy the storm was, you were their barrier of protection. And that's just how we have to be, men. So just understand, life is what you make of it. It all depends on your decision makings, your emotional control, and you also have to be solutions oriented in order to gain respect from the people that are under your covering, your peers, the people that you even have to report to. It is what it is. But what you can't do is be erratic, lose your damn mind, fold up like a little bitch, and complain. because complaints don't do nothing but add fuel to the fire, y'all. Tuesday content starts right now. Good day, good people. It's AT Malone, the first of my name because the second is already here. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more videos from your boy. Now, I am still trying to defrost from being outside in that cold ass weather. All right, y'all saw the snow all over the place, the ice. Those are the things that I cannot stand about winter. I don't even like winter in general as far as the season. I know that it's necessary because it kills the pollen, the bugs, and it's just the natural circle of life, right? We have our seasons for a reason, but that don't mean that I cannot stand wintertime. See, my favorite seasons are fall and summer. Of course, since I'm black, I love summer because we get our energy from the sun. Since we are melanated people, and I love being out in the heat. That's just my thing. I feel like I thrive better. I can think better in the heat. And when it's cold, your bones start, getting all locked up and you can pull a muscle. I just don't like the winter, and I cannot wait for this storm to pass so we can get back to our regularly scheduled programming. I love to be outside. I didn't even walk the dog today because one, I did not want to slip and bust my ass again whenever she tries to pick up speed, and two, she don't even want to be outside anyway. She's in the hallway wrapped up in a blanket chilling. But I hope you guys enjoyed that reflection walk because these are my current thoughts and my state of mind right now, guys. It's very, very difficult sometimes. I know whenever you have things that come up unexpectedly and you have to hurry up and shift your focus from one thing to another. But I'm telling you this. When you stay out of the way, when you're minding your own business, when you don't allow any type of media, political propaganda to distract you from taking care of your business, it's easy to come up with certain solutions and to remain calm and stoic when these things occur. See, I'm not like the rest of these other people who can be easily manipulated and you can just change my thinking and my thought processes and make me think irrational just because you're trying to play on my heartstrings. That's not the type of man that I am. And a lot of it is because of certain things that I've experienced and gone through in life that made me more, I guess, aware of how the natural order of things are supposed to be. I am a man first before anything, okay? So, and a leader at that. So I'm not just gonna follow the crowd just because it's the most popular thing to do. No, I'm one of the guys that is gonna go against the grain because maybe I just don't agree with what society has to say or what, black people have to say or what is easy to follow along with. No, I am so used to taking a hard road and being scrutinized and, being ostracized from groups of people that it doesn't even bother me no more. I don't give a shit. I'm going to live in my truth. And sooner or later, like I always say, the truth will reveal itself. And I'm always going to be on the right side of history. That's just my perspective and my thinking. All right. Well, those were my freestyle thoughts, guys. Now let's get to it because it is Tuesday. And you know why we're here? We are here for the richest man who ever lived, King Solomon's secrets to success, wealth, and happiness. And we are still on chapter 9, and this is part 4, titled Winning and Resolving Every Conflict. Now, last week we talked about the causes of hurtful conflict: pride, anger, harsh words, impulsive reactions, meddling in other people's conflict. Now, this week we're going to talk about Solomon's steps for winning in conflict and overcoming adversity. Solomon gives 8 insights for engaging in conflicts and for achieving the best possible outcomes. Number 1, Understand the potential consequences of the conflict. In Proverbs 18:19, Solomon tells us that a brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city. He wants us to realize the consequences of engaging in an argument or a conflict. Winning back a person's friendship, trust, or commitment may be next to impossible. The contention may create an insurmountable barrier. Now, anytime that, let's just say, I cut off or break up with a woman, before I even do that, before I make that decision, the question I ask myself is, can I live without this person? Can I live knowing that I'll never talk to this person or associate with myself with this person ever again? And 10 times out of 10 times, the answer is absolutely. So when I decide that, okay, this is not conducive for my growth, associate myself with this person or having this person in my life and weighing the options of the pros and cons, it's usually, yeah, I'm better off without them. And that's the thing that we have to ask ourselves before we engage into a conflict. So let's just say you're in a healthy relationship and y'all just have a certain disagreement about something, but everything else is great. But y'all got this one thing. Is it worth going all the way there with that person and potentially causing a rift in y'all's relationship? And you'll probably be like, no. So as men, we have to look at those things on a regular basis, guys, because when we are the leaders, which you're supposed to be, then you have to put things on a scale and weigh it to see if this is worth your time, worth your energy, or it's not. So you have to think before you react so it doesn't build this huge issue that wasn't even a huge issue at the beginning, all right? 2, keep as your goal achieving the best possible outcome for all parties involved. The true purpose of conflict is to make things better, not worse. The goal is to gain the best possible outcome for all who are involved. Now, this is why you have to leave your personal feelings to the side in a lot of cases, because you got to look at the bigger picture, okay? You can't be so self-absorbed in your own way of thinking that it distracts you from doing what's in the best interest of others. Your decision making can affect other people, and you always have to keep that in mind. You can't be selfish. You have to be selfless. 3, seek counsel before engaging in a conflict. In Proverbs 20:18, Solomon tells us that every purpose is established by counsel. He tells us the best way to achieve that purpose is to first seek good, objective advice from those not engaged in the conflict. Now, when people come to me for either advice or for solutions, or if they have some sort of issue with a person that we're both associated with, when they're giving me this information, the first thing that I ask and that I look at is, what in the hell did you do to contribute to this conflict? Right? I'll ask them that question, or I'll tell them, like, look, this is what you did wrong. And then, of course, they'll try to obfuscate from it and they'll say, oh, well, this person did that. Well, I don't care. I'm looking at what you did because you are the person that seek counsel from me, not the other person. I'm always going to look at what you did first to contribute to that. So, guys, if you need to talk to somebody to get some insight or a different point of view, that person should be doing the same thing. They should be looking at what you did to cause this issue as well. How did you contribute to the problem before anything? Not taking nobody's sides. They're looking at you to be held accountable before anything else. All right. 4, do not answer a fool in the matter he attacks. Many arguments and conflicts are immature at best and foolish at worst. Solomon tells us, do not answer a fool according to his folly, lest you also be like him. attack and expose his argument, not him personally. Now, this is like not stooping to a person's level. You have to carry yourself as a leader, guys, and you have to be aware whenever they are doing, personal attacks against you. I understand we all want to fight fire with fire. They say something terrible to you and you strike back and do that back and forth, but you have to be aware of, okay, the issue that me and you are having right now doesn't have anything to do with us personally, and it's just your argument that I disagree with. This is exactly the problem with these liberal left people. They don't attack the argument. They attack things that have nothing to do with your personal point of view, guys. And you got to make sure that you do not stoop to their level. They're the irrational people. They are the feelings-based people, and the conservative people on the right, for the most part, are the logical ones. Like, listen, you got to follow the law. And if you don't follow the law, you have to be accountable for that. Okay. We don't fight for criminals. We don't, try to go against the law that are on the books. And don't get sucked into people who sit there and try to use these ad hominem attacks to get their point across. No, don't let them escape that. All right. Now, 5. Don't reveal confidential information when we are engaged in an argument or conflict. It is natural to cite the opinions, feelings, and statements of others to strengthen our case. Often these have been shared with us in confidence. Revealing them during an argument is a violation of that confidence. Solomon warns us in Proverbs 25, 9 through 10, do not reveal the secrets of another, lest he who hears it reproach you and the evil report about you not pass away. Violating the confidence of another in the course of an argument will do long-term damage to your reputation and relationships that you will ultimately regret. Now, guys, this is why you gotta stop being vulnerable with your woman. I know that a lot of people disagree with that because, your woman is supposed to be your best friend and all of these other things, but it's a bad idea. It is a bad idea. If you cry in front of your woman, being overly emotional, just wait until y'all have that knockout, drag out, argument, fight, whatever you want to call it. She will bring that up. She will pick up that experience. She'll throw that in your face. And you can't say anything about it because she's telling you the truth. This is why stoicism is super important. This is why whatever you're feeling, you cannot reveal every single thing, okay? Yes, you can say that you're frustrated or that you're upset about something, but being overly emotional, super emotional, you think that's going to keep what's down there wet? Absolutely not. That shit gonna dry the fuck up. Guys, if you need to be vulnerable with anybody, and I don't even suggest that you be vulnerable with anybody. Some things you just gotta take to God. You gotta do it with your partners. And even when you do it with them, you gotta keep that to a minimum, because what if y'all have a knockdown, drag out? They gonna do the same damn thing, because a lot of men these days are bitches. They're weak and they're pathetic, and they will, hit you where it hurts by doing stuff like that. Now, I could have done that with a lot of people that I'm not cool with anymore, right? But that's not the type of man that I am, because I am a masculine guy, and I will never share certain things, even though I don't like certain people, to other people, because I have integrity. I have a reputation that I must uphold, and I'm just not a bitch, straight up. All right, 6, never prolong an argument. Everyone wants to get the last word in an argument, making one last point or throwing one last jab. Solomon tells us in Proverbs 15:1, soft answers turn away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. You can quickly de-escalate tension and conflict with kind words, a softer tone of voice, and constructive statements. In Proverbs 26:20, we're told, where no wood is, there the fire goes out. Where there is no talebearer, the strife ceases. Stop adding fuel to the fire. Sorry about that, man. These braces are still kicking my ass. I cannot wait to get them off. All right, so just don't argue with subordinates, guys. When you are in a leadership position, you have to own that. You don't want to continue to pour on the fuel to the fire. You are in a position to where you can just stop that shit where it's at and say, listen, this is the end of the discussion. We're not going to talk about this anymore, and let that be that. If you need to go blow off steam, go blow off steam, but we ain't talking about this no more. I said what I said, and that's it. That's final. I'm not going to continue to sit here and argue with you and waste this energy when I could be utilizing it for more constructive things, to sit here and be going back and forth with you. Sometimes you got to agree to disagree and move on. All right. 7, give an unexpected gift. Solomon tells us in Proverbs 21:14, a gift in secret pacifies anger, and reward in the bosom strong wrath. Now, honestly, to me, reading this is more of like a manipulation tactic. It's like, when you know you did something wrong, you'll do or give something to someone to try to smooth things over. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but that's just what it is. Now, it makes more sense when you do give a gift and you do say, I'm sorry for this. Let's just say you give somebody a gift and you add a card to it explaining why you were wrong and this is a peace offering. That's something different. But if you give a gift to try to smooth things over without taking that accountability, it means absolutely nothing. And that person is going to see that all you're trying to do is escape the accountability for you being wrong. All right. And now we are to the final one, 8. And this is going to be good. Be quick to forgive. In Proverbs 10:12, Solomon tells us, hatred stirs up strife, but covers all transgressions. Anytime someone hurts you, it gives us an opportunity to respond with forgiveness, to be kind and loving. There is no act or attribute that is more pleasing to God than forgiveness. The greater the hurt, the better the opportunity for forgiveness. Now, I don't agree with this at all. Absolutely not. And the reason why I don't agree with this is because in 2026, I think we have forgiven way too much. I think we have let water go, under the bridge way too much, instead of holding people to account, their actions and their behaviors and their decision makings. Case in point, what was that? Last week when Don Lemon and a whole bunch of radical left people stormed that church and protest inside of a church that were worshiping at that time because they so-called heard that a person that was either, in the pulpit, the congregation, used to work for ICE, when that's a place of worship. And this is why a lot of people don't respect Christians, because we forgive way too much. We allow people who are a part of a certain community that has a rainbow flag in the church. They're usually in the choir. They're the director. There's people that, do certain things to Christians, and we just forgive. Nobody else does that, because if you go to a mosque or any other place where other religions worship and you go there disrespecting them, they're going to do something to you. They're going to do something about it. And even now in real life, let's take religion off of the table. I think we forgive way too much instead of saying, listen, these are going to be your consequences. Okay. Case in point, look at what's happening in Minnesota right now, right? You literally have people protesting for other people that not only have broken the law, not only have came to this country illegally, not only have defrauded us tax-paying citizens, and you got people protecting them. It makes absolutely no sense. instead of holding these people to account, letting ICE do their job and getting rid of these people who have broke the law. It makes no sense. So guys, listen, I don't even believe that humans are capable of forgiveness. That's just my opinion, but you got to stop forgiving people for doing things. Now, children, you can forgive children because they have an out. They're young, okay? They don't know what they be doing half the time. But grown ass adults, we know exactly what the hell we're doing, and we need to have our feet held to the fire whenever we do something wrong, all right? Well, that is Tuesday content, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the content that I create on Tuesdays, but you know, I gotta plug in my Revita before I leave. Make sure you get your Revita, guys. The shampoo and the conditioner. I'm telling you, it works. My lady was just telling me yesterday, hey, those little spots that you got on the top of your head, they're closing up, hair is growing there. So it does work. Go get your Revita. I'm going to leave my affiliate link at the bottom of the description. So go ahead and try it for yourself. As always, guys, I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch y'all later. Peace.
Feel like they trying to box me in, so I keep a small circle around me, so fuck friends, I kept it real out the gate, these other cats can 10, reigning supreme, that's